We have to allow 800 mil for the cabinet to be built.
Sorry, I'm just here with Martin, who is measuring up and just talking through some of the final ideas for this bathroom, and I just wanted to get it all sort of laid out clearly in my mind. And now that we look at the measurements, I just think it's important that you see this in video format so that you have a clear understanding of what we're talking about here as well. So you can see the existing format. So you've got a bench that's how long?
1460.
So 1460. And what we're looking at doing is putting
a cabinet to have a stackable washer dryer. It's going to come at 800, which is...
Because the machine's 600, so just with cabinetry and recessed doors.
Yes, and also the mechanism that's required, you're going to need space on either side.
Okay.
We're going to allow 100 mil on either side.
Yeah.
So the doors can go in, slide in. So that's going to take out about 800 mil. So 800, if we're going to put a vanity that's 600 wide, that's 1400 already. So we probably are gaining about 60 mil from the end. Even if we, with the vanity, if we go in and get a 450 vanity as opposed to
450 deep.
450 deep, we are gaining 500 mil, 150 mil from depth and 600 from width, which is about here. That's how much we're gaining.
In space by remodelling this washer-dryer configuration.
From the paper to the tape measure. However, if we make this into a fixed shower screen...
Let me turn around. So here's the angle that we're working off now with the toilet shower screen and, sorry, hard to get it all in picture, but, and what we're going to gain on the vanity. We're still looking at that gap, this gap, not really being big enough for us to get through with a fixed panel. So, the floor waste, unfortunately, is here. And in order to trace that back to here, would involve us going into the apartment downstairs. Is that right?
Yes, if they allow us.
So that's why the grate has to be at this side and not at the back wall where we talked about initially hoping to have it. So even though that's also a massive shower, we can't do anything about that because of where this drain is. You can see it's perfectly in line with the edge of that cabinetry there. So, bit of a sticky one. However, if we move that panel, talk me through that, Martin, what we just talked about.
The glass panel.
Yeah.
I think glass panel is a perfect solution.
The movable.
Hinged, yes. It's a perfect solution. It's neat. You can't tell. It's fixed. You're still going to have exactly the same size hinges on the wall, even if it's a fixed panel, as opposed to hinged.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It's just that it's got that functionality of being movable.
Correct. And also the bottom has to be sealed as well, in case if it's a fixed
Can
panel.
I ask you, does it have to come all the way out past the mirror?
No,
past the window?
Any size you like.
Because that, I don't know if you can see from here, but it just sort of makes it look a bit clumsy.
But it's getting wet factor.
That goes
the toilet will
past
get wet.
there.
If it's any shorter, the toilet will get wet.
We can't avoid that, can we?
No. And we're going to move the shower head across towards the back because it's in a very inconvenient location. So we're going to move it back by about 400 mil.
So can you just show me that with a tape measure?
So that, from there, is going to go backwards about 500 mil. So it's going to be right in the centre, further towards the wall.
Okay, so that's going to give us some good balance at least, because right now this bathroom's way out of proportion.
Way out of proportion.
Okay.
That way, the shower rail can go, the towel rail can go here as opposed to behind the door.
Yeah.
Now you have no room. You've got 500 mil, and it's going to look silly. So the mixer will go there, and the whole arm can come at the wall, and then have a big, beautiful, square modern rose on it. Or if this is a preferred sort of system, then we can install that with the mixer and all that.
Yeah, we've
being
chosen
right in the centre.
the tap. Now, just talk to me also about this bulkhead. Turning. Here, and what's going to happen height-wise with the storage cabinetry that we really wanted.
Having stackable washer dryer combined, you're looking at 1.9 meters high, which is right there. Okay, if that obviously leaves us from the ceiling down about 350 mil, but taking the bulkhead out, which is 200, that leaves us with 150 mil of shelving in the center between the dryer and the washer.
Yeah, so what that means is if we have the washer down there and then we wanted to have shelving in between the washer and dryer, the dryer can only be mounted from the bulkhead. Can you point to that?
Bulkhead down,
yeah.
Yes.
So we're losing
200 mil
all
height.
of that space and are not going to be able to use that for storage if we go for that middle storage in between these two machines. The only suggestion that Martin had was to do washer, dryer and then have a cupboard above. It is quite high. I struggle to reach all that way. I mean, I can put my hand up to the top of that tile, which is probably not such a bad idea, so they could have all the soaps and things there that they need to use, and then towels in that top section. So it might not be such a bad idea, but it's something we need to talk about.